with me now is Rannon Ching. He is the lead pharmacist at Tarrytown Pharmacy based in Austin. And I'm happy to talk to you, Rannon, because I understand that your pharmacy is an approved COVID-19 vaccine administrator. And there's so much talk about the vaccine and how it has to be stored. Talk to me about the storage process.
For Pfizer, they require ultra low storage or ultra low freezer storage. And so that has to be stored at negative 70 degrees Celsius. And that is not something your typical home refrigerator or home freezer can do. You won't find a lot of those freezers in the healthcare system. And so the big concern is that we just don't have anywhere that can properly store these vaccines for an extended period of time. There's potential for wasting and ruined doses if that doesn't get used up, or if the storage requirements aren't there. And so it would be like if you put a bunch of milk into a cooler. It can stay cold for a little bit, but you really want to put that in the fridge where it'll stay good until the expiration date. And that's what we're trying to do here.
And interestingly enough, your pharmacy is one of few that already has the freezers to store the vaccine, right?
We placed our order back in September, which, now the lead time is 2, 3, 4 months to even get these freezers, and now they're running out of kind of parts to get them as well. And so to kind of prepare and have the foresight and also the investment, because they're quite expensive too, was something that we wanted to do because we knew that we want to do everything we can to help the community, and this is the way that we saw that we can help. The phase 1 is mainly the part that we're kind of concerned with, and the initial release of the first vaccine. As soon as the other vaccines are released and we have more widespread availability, the storage concerns will be a little bit lessened, because those other vaccines can be stored at refrigerated temperatures, like at a typical doctor's office or pharmacy. I think the profession of pharmacy and pharmacists have been preparing for this day for our entire careers, and we definitely know that there'll be lines out the door, hopefully, for people to get vaccinated, but we want to make sure that no one gets turned away because we just didn't have the capacity or the ability to immunize everyone that needed a dose.
Talk a bit about the challenges.
If you have a finite amount of doses, how do you dictate who gets it and who doesn't? It almost feels like you're in a life raft and you have to choose who gets on and who doesn't. But I know, the government, the CDC, and the state health department are working tirelessly to try to find out the best way to distribute those doses.
That is a very good point, and it's something that many of us have been thinking about, especially when you think about disparities, people who live in rural communities, people who are among communities of color, even if they are a frontline worker and a person of color, where do they fall in all of this? So I hope that we learn more and more about that. Any final thoughts, other things that you can share with our viewers about the shipment or the storage or the administration of the vaccine?
Yeah, I would say the last kind of parting things I could imagine is basically, if you have the ability to get a dose or get immunized, to take that opportunity, because like you said, it's going to be limited. You don't really know where the supply is going to be. And so I know there's a lot of vaccine hesitancy. A lot of people want to make sure that it's safe and effective. That's kind of like up to the FDA to make sure that it is before it goes out. But all the data that we've seen and that I've read looks very promising with minimal side effects. And so if you have the opportunity to get the vaccine, definitely talk with your healthcare provider, with your pharmacist if you have questions about it, and get vaccinated if and when it becomes available. Because once we get everyone vaccinated, that's one step closer to kind of taking a step back towards whatever normal looks like.